YouTube, we are back. It is time. Assassin's Creed Magic the Gathering stuff is finally starting to trickle down to us, and we got this new little minute-long thing. It's only a minute, but it's got some cards in it and stuff, I think. The Brotherhood joins Magic. I'm so excited for this. Ezio, Altair. The Brotherhood has joined Magic. Alright, so those are two cards we've seen before. What else are they going to show us, though? Assassins from every game. Okay. Weapons you trust. Alright. So some new cards, it looks like. Some old cards. The history is here. Those are both ones we've seen. Oh, okay. The strategy is yours. Yo, I actually really like this trailer right now, though. Yo! They got scenes? Oh, I'm gonna be dropping mad money if they do scene boxes. Never show your hand. Okay, I kind of like that. That's okay. That was cool. That was cool. The little right here, chopping off that one. That was actually cool. All right. Nice little thing. I really like this, just the vibe of this overall. So the first ones we get to look at is Altair and Ezio, which we've already seen these two cards before. Both of them look very solid. I like it. The Ezio one is crazy. If he deals combat damage to a player, you may pay one of everything. If that player has 10 or less life, when you do, they'll just lose. Like, game over. You win. That's crazy. Assassin spells have free running. He has menace. Altair has first strike. When he attacks, exile up to one target assassin creature card from your graveyard with a memory counter on it. Then, for each creature card you own in exile with a memory counter on it, create a tapped attacking token that's a copy of it. Exile them at the end of combat. Crazy. So we get a look at those two. Then we go right here. Assassins from every game. So we get Edward, we get Ivor, and we get Cassandra. All right. So Edward is one of the new ones. I do believe we haven't seen Edward yet. So let's take a look here and see what Edward is. Two colorless, a blue, a black, and a red. Alright, he's a human assassin pirate, 5/5. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each tapped assassin, pirate, and or vehicle you control. Okay, so vehicles will be in this. Whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of that player's library, then exile it face down. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. That's kind of cool. Ivor, Wolf-Kissed. 3, colorless, red, green, white. Human Assassin Warrior, 7/6, with Trample and Haste. Whenever Ivor deals combat damage to a player, you mill that many cards. You may put a Saga card or a land card from among them onto the battlefield. Okay, so that's interesting. So hit them, you mill yourself, but then you get to put out sagas or a land. That could be very interesting depending on what sort of sagas we get from this set. And then the lands, I've saw some of the lands on Twitter that's been releasing, and yeah, that will be solid. And then we get Cassandra, or Cassandra, whichever way you want to put it. Eagle Bearer. 1 colorless, and then, what is that? Boros? White, red. Human Assassin Warrior, 2/2, haste. When they enter the battlefield, search your graveyard, hand, and library for a card named the Spear of Leonidas. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Whenever a creature you control with a legendary equipment attached to it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's kind of cool. I like this kind of flavor text that we're getting from some of these cards, where it is like a, hey, get this card, throw it out, boom, there we go. I like that. That's really kind of cool. Then let's see here. So here's some of the weapons you trust. The Sword of Light and Shadow. It's 3 colorless. Artifact equipment. 2 to equip. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from white and black. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you gain 3 life, and you may return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your library. Or to your hand. Dope. The Spear of Leonidas. 2 colorless and a red. 2 to equip. 2 colors to equipped. Whenever a equipped creature attacks, choose 1. So it's Bull Rush, Summon, or Revelation. Bull Rush gives it double strike. Summon, you create Phobos. A legendary 3/2 red horse creature token that does not go away, it says. It says no, it's going away, you just summon it. That's kind of cool. I like that aspect of it. And then Revelation is discard 2, then draw 2. I kind of like that too. It's a little bit, I like that how it's backwards too. It's discard 2 cards, then draw 2 cards. And then, of course, the Hidden Blade, 2 colorless artifact equipment, 2 to equip, has flash. When it enters battlefield, attached to a creature you control. If that creature is an assassin, it gains death touch until end of turn. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has first strike. That's a really dope card for this set. I like these cards. I think the Spear of Leonidas is kind of the coolest, but the Hidden Blade is just sick for this assassin deck. That people will be making off of this. So then we get a look at Cleopatra and Leonardo da Vinci. It's hard to read the cards to an extent, but we've seen these two, so I don't really want to go over them. I do like the fact that we are getting history, kind of like legendary history cards of people. I think it's really a cool thing. The strategy is yours. So this one I don't think we've seen yet, and I could be wrong here. I'm trying to get more of Evie in there, but I can't get more of Evie in there. Okay, so Jacob and Evie Fry. So the assassins from Syndicate. Their partner, they both have a partner. Jacob is 2 and a black. Evie is 1 and a blue. Jacob says, whenever one or more assassins you control deal combat damage to a player, exile up to 1 target assassin card or card with free running from your graveyard. If you do, copy it and cast it. Dope. Evie says, tap 1 and tap Evie. Draw a card, then discard. When you discard a creature card this way, target creature control can't be blocked. Alright, I kind of dig it. So the strategy is yours, is what they're saying with that. And then we get kind of a look here. I don't know if it shows all... It does show all of them. Dope. Enter the Animus. So the Animus is at the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target legendary creature card from a graveyard with a memory counter on it. And then tap it until your next turn, target legendary creature you control becomes a copy of a card exiled with a memory counter on it. I really dig that. Desmond Miles... 1 colorless and a black human assassin, 1/3. Menace. Desmond gets +1/+0 for each other assassin you control and each assassin card in your graveyard. When Desmond deals combat damage to a player, surveil X, where X is the amount of damage it was dealt this turn. Okay. Eagle Vision. 4 and a blue. Sorcery with free running. 1 and a blue. You may cast this spell for its free running cost if you dealt damage to a player this turn with an assassin or your commander. Draw 3 cards. And then Brotherhood Regalia is a 2-drop artifact equipment, 3 to equip it unless it's a legendary creature, then it's 1 to equip. Equipped creature has Ward 2, is an assassin in addition to his other types, and can't be blocked. That's kind of cool. I dig that. Then we get a quick look here. I think we get a good look at each one of these kind of by themselves. To an extent, maybe. Not really. Okay, so Adewale, Breaker of Chains. I love that Adewale is getting a card, which I was really hoping that he would. 1 colorless, a blue, and a black. Human Assassin Pirate. He's 4/1. When he enters the battlefield, reveal top 6 cards of your library. Put an Assassin, Pirate, or vehicle from among them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, you may return Adewale from your graveyard to your hand. So it feels like the Black Flag assassin game characters, there's going to be some vehicles in it, which Mary Reed and Bonnie are down here as well. So we'll see. Do we have a good... Can I see that really well? Human Assassin Pirate, 3/3 haste. Tap it, draw a card, then discard. Whenever you discard a island, pirate, or vehicle, create a tap treasure token. All right, and then Sinsu, I can't really see there, but it did show it here. So Senu, Keen Eye Protector, 1 in a blue. Flying Vigilance, exile. You may gain 2 life and scry when a legendary creature... that's all I got from that. The Ezio card up here we've seen before, but I can't see the rest of the Senu card, unfortunately. And then we get this, which is really sick. So it looks like scenes could be a thing that are coming back, which I really like. Pay 1 life, add 1 of these. So Sunbaked Canyon, Fiery Isle, Nurturing Peatland, Silent Clearing, and Waterlogged Grove with Ezio right here. This is really sick. I like the scene cards. I've always liked this. I loved it in Lord of the Rings. I actually have all 4 of the Lord of the Rings ones back here on the TCG shelf. So if they do scenes for Assassin's Creed, I'm all in. It looks really cool. Like I said, we've seen this Ezio. We saw it at the very beginning. I do like this where never show your hand. I do like that. I think that's a really cool move from them. This is cool. I'm all in on this. This looks sick. This looks sick. I do want to take a quick moment though. As sick as that was, I do want to see if, and I could be wrong here. They may not be done showing all the stuff yet. It doesn't look like they are because it's still popping off. But if I go here and we go like this, we can at least take a quick peek at some of the other cards. So we got Edward Kenway coming out. Human Assassin Pirate, 5/5. Kenway looks dope. I think we already read Kenway's. But I love the Memory Corridor version. I think they look sick. So this is Connor. I don't know how to say Connor's actual name, so I'm not even going to attempt to. But Connor's kind of cool. As long as he hasn't dealt damage yet, it has hexproof and can't be blocked. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with menace. When you do, return target equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then attach it to the token. I feel like there's going to be a lot of things we can do with that. Bayok, am I saying that right? Bayok of Siwa. 3/4, 3 colorless, and Boros. Double strike. As long as it's your turn, other historic creatures you control have double strike. And then it has a disguise as well, where you may cast it face down for 3. It's a 2/2 with ward. And then you can flip it over. So that's kind of cool. Lydia Fry. 3/2. Can't be blocked by creatures with power for 3 or greater. At the beginning of your end step, Surveil X. And it's a split, so it's either blue or black. That's nice. We already saw Adewale, but yet again, the extended art right here is phenomenal. This extended art, memory core art, looks great, by the way. Then we get into this. So we get into like Ezio, Brash Novice. So this is before Ezio was an assassin. As you can see here, when he attacks, you get to put a counter on him. But then, as long as Ezio has 2 or more counters against first strike, and he becomes an assassin. So it's kind of cool. So you can make them an assassin. The Brotherhood headquarters. It's a land. Add 1 colorless or add 1 mana of any color. Spend this only to cast assassins or free running or activate the ability of an assassin. Ivor, who we read earlier, but there's the Memory Corridor version, which just looks phenomenal. Sigurd, the Jarl of Ravensthorpe. Red, green, white, Vigilance, Trample. Lifelink, 3/3 with Boast. Put a lore counter on a target saga you control, or remove one. Whenever you put a lore counter on a saga you control, put a 1/1 counter on it, on up to one other creature you control. Sigurd looks cool. We get Socrates, which is dope. And then Socrates is also going to be a serialized historic figure card, which is awesome. So it's going to be in what is this? Socrates was Greek? Roman? Greek. Right there, Greek. Okay, there we go. It's in Greek only. So this is going to be in Greek, which is, I think, is cool. But Socrates has Defender. He's an 0/4. Has hexproof as long as it's untapped. Tap it until end of turn. Target creature control has. If this creature would deal combat damage to a player, prevent that damage. That player's controller, that creature's controller, and that player each draw half that many cards rounded down. Alright. Hatham. Hatham Kenway is nasty. This is a nasty card, by the way. So is a human knight, 2, and Azorius. White, blue, 3/3. Protection from assassin. Other knights you control get +2/+2 and have protection from assassin. When Hatham enters the battlefield, each opponent exiles up to 1 target card that player controls until Hatham leaves the battlefield. Nasty card, especially considering we're getting Templar Knights, and Templar Knights are a version of rats and squirrels and all these other fun things. This deck can have as many number of Templar Knights as we want. Boom. Vigilance, tap up to 5 untapped. Tap 5 untapped target attacking creatures you control named Templar Knights. Search your library for a legendary artifact card and put it onto the battlefield. Onto the battlefield. Damn. Abstergo Entertainment. Legendary land, 1 colorless, tap 1 in it, add 1 of any color. Tap 3 in exile, return up to 1 historic card from your graveyard to your hand, then exile all graveyards. Sean and Rebecca, the agents. Human assassin scientist, 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, search your library search your graveyard, hand, and library for a card named the Animus and put it onto the battlefield. Then shuffle. Add 1 colorless when you do, mill 2 cards. And the Animus is 2 colorless. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target legendary creature card from a graveyard with a memory counter on it. Until then, your next turn, target legendary creature you control becomes a copy of target creature card within exile with a memory counter on it. Awesome. Awesome. So you could technically get rid of like Ezio and then make Sean and Rebecca Ezio. That's what you can do with that. We get Layla Hassan. 3 colorless and a white, 3/4 human assassin. First strike. When they enter the battlefield and whenever one or more assassins you control deal combat damage to a player, return target historic card from a graveyard to your hand. Okay. Caduceus. The Staff of Hermes. 2 colorless, a white, 2 white to equip. Equipped creature has lifelink. As long as you have 30 or more life, equipped creature gets +5/+5, has indestructible, and prevent all combat damage will be dealt to that creature. I'm starting to fumble my words because we're reading too much things. The Apple of Eden, the Isu Relic. 4 colorless. Tap it. Pay 4 life. Sacrifice it. Look at the opponent's hand and exile those cards face down. You may play those cards this turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast them. Until end of turn, whenever you play a land or cast a spell this way, its owner draws a card. At the beginning of the next end step, return the exiled cards to the owner's hand. Activate only as a sorcery. A little bit wordy and a little bit much going on here. Probably some cool things you can do with it, but right now, I don't know. The Sword of Light and Shadow we already went over. The Sword of Feast and Famine makes a nice return. 3 colorless, 2 to equip it. It gets +2/+2, has protection from black and green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card and untap all lands you control. This looks like this may be part of a scene as well, just looking at this borderless right here, which would be kind of cool. Ezio looks over Rome from a high. Take this view and make your full scene come to life with these 6 cards. So it looks like there's just the Rome Vista. Well, it says Rome Vista scenes. There might be more. Okay. And of course we have Murder. I mean, we can't not reprint Murder for this set. Yep. Traditional Murder. Love that. Conspiracy. Okay. 3 colorless, 2 black. When Conspiracy enters battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type. Creatures you control are the chosen type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature spells you own that aren't on the battlefield. Ah, okay. So if let's say I play Conspiracy and I say Squirrel. Let's just say I say Squirrel. All of my creatures on the battlefield are squirrels. However, the same is true for creature spells I own and creature spells that aren't on the battlefield. Basically, any creature in my deck, in exile, in my graveyard, in anything that revolves around me, all of those creatures are now squirrels as well. Which is interesting because I'm wondering if this can also work then. Let me scroll. I want to look at this real quick now that I read that. Other than you control. Okay. So you might be able to do some funky stuff with assassins and then do Hatham and just call everything knights. So everything in your deck is also a knight. That would be kind of interesting to see. Royal Assassin. Destroy target tapped creature. Well, that's kind of an old school card, I feel like, if I remember correctly. An iconic flashback. I was gonna say, this feels like an old card to me. It's the same as Murder. It's a 1/1, but you can destroy target tapped creature just by tapping it. Eagle Vision, which we went over earlier. Petty Larceny, 3 and 1 black, free running on it. Look at the top 2 cards of target opponent's library and exile them face down. You may play those cards as long as they remain exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast them. Create a treasure token. Alright. Become anonymous. Your foes can't hit what they can't see. So become anonymous. It's an instant. 2 colorless, 2 blue. Exile target non-token creature you own and the top 2 cards of your library in a face-down pile. Shuffle that pile and cloak those cards. They enter the battlefield tapped. To cloak a card, put it onto the battlefield face down with a 2/2. They're now a 2/2 creature with ward 2. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it is a creature. So if it's not a creature, they're there. If it is a creature, though, then you can at least flip it. I do believe that that's probably it, but nope. Alright, so yeah, so we are getting sagas in this. So you have Origin of the Hidden Ones saga. 3 colorless, 1 red. Origin of the Hidden Ones deals 4 damage to any target. Boom. Create 2 1/1 black assassin creature tokens with menace. Boom. And then the third step is whenever an assassin you control attacks this turn, Create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with menace that's attacking and tapped. That's kind of crazy. So, I mean, if you don't have any other creatures, no matter what, you could technically get 4 1/1 assassins just from this card alone. That's kind of cool. I dig it. So here's the starter kit. I bought the starter kit. I will be opening, reviewing, looking through, showing you guys everything you get in the starter kit. I bought the starter kit. I bought a bundle. I bought a collector booster. That's what we're getting. It will be in when it gets in, but I'll be doing it all up, getting it out as fast as I can to everyone. But we get Ivor and we get Ezio in this, which is kind of cool because they're both different versions than the other versions we've seen, which I really like. 5 for 5/5, 5 for 5/5. Kind of cool. They're both the same, but they both have different things. Ivor, Vigilant Haste. When it attacks, it deals combat damage equal to the number of equipment you control to each opponent. Dope. Ezio, Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So, like I said, 2 completely different styles of playing, which I think is nice for a starter kit, like a starter deck kit. I think it's kind of nice, because then you get 2 different ways. You can play with a friend, play a couple games with the deck you have, switch decks, play again, and it's 2 completely different experiences. Starter kits are full with familiar locales, equipment, and faces. So Raven Clan War Axe, Escarpment Fortress, and Cert, the Fiery Jotun. Okay, interesting. So this is an Ivor's deck. So it's an equipment, 1 colorless red, white. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library and the graveyard for a card named Ivor, reveal it, put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Dope. Equipped creatures get +2/+0 and has trample. Okay, so if you don't have Ivor yet, Raven Clan War Axe allows you to get Ivor. The fortress is 4 colorless and a white. Defender and reach. Other creatures you control get +1/+0. Whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, draw a card. You're sensing a theme here with this deck. It is battle ready. You are going. Cert. 3 colorless, 2 red, trample. When you cast a historic spell, Cert deals 3 damage to any target. Gross. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. 5/5. Gross. Gross. Meanwhile, Ezio's deck is full of assassins, young and old. So we have Achilles Davenport, Auditore Ambush, and Rooftop Bypass. Alright, I'm intrigued to see these ones. So free running, 2 colorless, black, blue, 3/3, legendary creature, human assassin. Free running. Menace. Other assassins you control get +1/+1. Pretty sick card. I dig that. A lot going on there, which I really like. Auditore Ambush. 2 colorless, blue, black. Choose one or both. Return target creature card to its owner's hand. Out here. Target player searches their library and or graveyard for a card named Ezio. Reveal it, put it onto the hand, and then shuffle. So interesting. So Ivor gets an equipment because their deck revolves around equipments. Meanwhile, Ezio's deck gets a removal. A 1-turn removal. I dig that. Rooftop Bypass is an enchantment. 1 colorless, blue-black. Whenever 1 or more non-token creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin with menace. Sick. Okay. There's going to be a lot going on here with this set. Check out the full lineup. Here's the full lineup. Like I said, we're getting the starter kit, we're getting the bundle, and we are getting 1 collector booster. So I'm excited about all of this. Oh, Secret Lair, Da Vinci's Designs. That's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. The Blade of Something, Conqueror's Flail, Dark Steel Plate, Death Render, and Whisper Cloak. That's sick. I like that. That's a really cool Secret Lair. Secret Lair Lethal Legends. Okay, so we got Basim, Edward, the Jackdaw. Oh, wait, hold up a sec. What are these from? Because these are actual, like... Nigella? The Blade Blossom. Okay, so these are actual cards and just... Yeah, because this is Admiral Beckett Brass. This Edward is. Interesting. Okay. Ramos, Assassin's Lord. Okay, so they just... Alright. I dig it. It's interesting. It's interesting to me. Secret Lairs are weird and interesting. That's a wrap. Previews are officially underway today and tomorrow with a full card gallery complete on Thursday. Well, there we go. So, I know this was a long one after a minute-long video, but let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited about the Universes Beyond Assassin's Creed set as I am? Are you not? Let me know down in the comments down below. Right, I'm very excited for this, and I can't wait. Like I said, I bought this is like one of the last big buys I've done. This and the next set, Blossom Burrow or Bloom Burrow. Those are the two next big ones that I've done. So let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think, right? Are you excited? Are you not? Are you going to be making an Assassin deck? Are you going to be making a Templar deck? Are you going to be making some sort of foolishness? Let me know down in the comments down below. And as always, depending on where you are, morning, after, even night, stay trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye. I'm saying right now, if they do scenes, I'm putting them back here with the other ones that I have. Because I have all the Lord of the Rings scenes. I'll just make a scene box thing and I'll buy it. It's that simple. I'll buy it. I know plenty of others probably will too.